Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, downloading, and subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this podcast, we're going to talk Hip Hop 102. Now, if you heard the first episode, Hip Hop 101, we had the homie Eclectik in the building. And we talked so much about hip hop that we really had to split it into two separate podcasts. So on this podcast, we're just really going to pick up where we left off. If you didn't catch episode part 1, make sure that you do that as well. But sit back, relax, and we'll get the podcast jumping. Let's get it. I know you don't listen to, well, you know what, let me stop.
Man, listen to everything.
I assume that you don't listen to a lot of hip-hop. Today's
man, I didn't know that hip-hop was still a thing. But go ahead.
So,
put me on.
Has there been anybody in the last 2 years?
2 years.
That has moved you as far as you like heard something that they've rapped about? And I'm not talking about cats from like our generation. I'm talking about this newer generation. Excuse me. Where you said, you know what? I like him or I like her. Has there been anybody that's caught your ear like that?
Not for a whole project. Not for a whole project. I've heard songs here and there. Shit that shit I tweeted with the two chicks, the Gifted Gab and
okay.
The other chick, that shit was dope.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm one of the few people, I'm finding this out, that like the two Nicki singles that came out. I like those. I like Chun-Li and fucking the other shit. New people. All right, I wouldn't say like. I wouldn't say like, but I am totally amused by 6ix9ine's Gamo.
You listen to that?
Because if look at the stiffy
we might as well end the podcast now.
Hey,
I've never heard that dude rap before. Never heard.
Gamo.
Well, you know what? I take that back. Cameron tried to play it for me, and I told him to get the. He's like, "Dad, you got to hear this." I was like, "Cameron, if you don't get that phone away,
hear it.
I'm gonna put your ass on punishment."
Because if look, you got the stiffy
Wow.
Wow.
You surprise me every time, man. I'm literally surprised.
You can't box me in, man.
No. I'm just asking.
Let me see. No, I don't like these terrible people, man. I don't like Kendrick. I don't like Joey Badass. I liked Stir Fry. I like that song.
Wow. Migos. Okay.
Stir Fry. I like Stir Fry.
Moving up.
I don't like anything that has anything to do with Khaled.
I mean, who does?
Hey, he's fucking popular as hell. You guys a big deal.
So tell me this.
A
few years ago, Nas said hip hop was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the belief that it actually lives. It's just not where we used to see it, because we used to see it on the radio. We used to see it on TV. We used to hear it on the radio. We used to see it on TV.
But before you finish this statement, those two things, not always.
Well, some of it. Some
of the best hip hop, not really.
Good point.
Because outside of music videos,
right?
Yeah, because you ain't never heard Jack the Ripper on the radio when Jack the Ripper came out.
I actually did. I heard it in Florence when I was living in Florence.
I'm talking about like in super rotation.
Oh, no. This was on a mix or something like late at night.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I'm not saying like you just driving around. You drive around for 2 hours. You heard it 5 times like a Nicki Minaj song. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, go ahead.
No. I was just wondering like where do you think it is? Because I think that to some degree hip hop still lives, and I think it's flourishing. Like when I hear, cats, some of the albums that I've heard this year, from Fonte's album to Royce the 5'9's Book of Ryan, to the Pusha T album, I think that form of and I think there's, and you and I tweeted about it too, kind of like a subgenre of adult contemporary hip hop, if you will, as we're getting older, because hip hop is in its 40s. So unlike unlike rock and roll and R&B, this genre of music, cats like us, we would probably be considered second generation hip hoppers. We're growing older with the culture, and for the most part, we're not going to stop listening to the music, but there's somewhat of a disconnect between our generation and I don't even want to say the generation behind us, the two generations behind us when it comes to hip hop. And some folks say that meaning our generation, have not done a good job as far as bridging the gap. I think that we have, and I think, podcasts like your podcast, my podcast, and a host of others do a good job of exposing, music and slang and hip hop to a generation of kids who may not even been around. You and I talk about the 90s all the time, and I always am amazed at some of this feedback and responses that we get on Twitter, because some of the people that tweet us, they were babies in the 90s. So I guess my question is going back to the statement, is it dead? And if not, where do you think it is?
Hip hop as we knew it has been dead for a long time.
Okay.
Even before the Nas song and album. Of course, people were still making a version of the hip hop music that we enjoy, a version of it. Mm-hmm. It can never be what it was, because now it's a different game. It's different rules. It's a different meaning behind it. And what I mean by that is, it is a job, it is an occupation, it is a way of providing means for people now. Their sole source of income, and it's people on people on people on people depending on this. So you have to do things a certain way so you can make this money. Conversely, the hip hop as we knew it extended beyond the music. It was a culture. Now, what they're doing now is still culture.
Okay.
It's just different. What I'm saying is, before, people rhymed because it was fun to do. They thought they were good at it. They wanted to be seen as the best at it. It was new. And the money was fifth, sixth place.
Right.
It was, I could get women off of this. Or the women would be like, yeah, I'm going to be the best woman. Or I'm going to show these dudes that, they ain't said nothing. I'm going to kill them at school when they hear my record. I'm going to be popular at school. Because you got to remember, here's a big difference, and a huge difference. Our generation, when we were coming up listening to hip hop, the people we were listening to were a little bit older than us.
Right.
They were in high school or just got out of high school. Some were in college. So you in the 8th grade, they in the 12th. I mean, if you think back to all the rhymes where people will rap about going to school or living with their parents. Conversely, nobody's rapping right now. Nobody's living at home.
Good point.
They're not going to school. When's the last time you heard a rapper say, yeah, but I got a test? Nobody said that. Nobody care about what their parents think about. Only thing that they say is, I bought my mother a house. But compared to, I don't smoke that, my mother would kill me.
Right.
That's what sniff, blow. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So it's a totally different game now. So you can't make the music that, even if these rappers wanted to be like, listen to the old shit, was like, yeah, I want to make, they can't. You can't make Picking Boogers right now. You can't even make It Takes Two.
No, you can't.
You can't. You can't even make Mahogany. People like, man, what are you talking about this girl, man? What about these, how many chains you got?
Because Mahogany's too slow to put skirt in there.
Exactly. There ain't no bounce to Mahogany. There's no bounce. So you can't just be like, I'm gonna make this because this is what I got in my head. This is how I'm feeling. It was an expression. You express yourself. You express your individuality. Here's a very important thing for the people that are younger that is listening to this. In the 80s, 70s, 80s, early 90s, what made you dope was your style. They'd say, well, EPMD got that slow style. They like Rakim got that slow style. Run DMC, that's the face, got the iggity. LL Cool J is on some love shit. Cool G Rap is on the street shit. Big Daddy Kane is on the sex symbol shit.
Right. Heavy D's on the party shit.
Heavy D's on the party. NWA, they go kill you. Kid and Play, they ain't. And so you had all these flavors. You had flavors on flavors. And then if you ever had a collaboration, it was Cold Stone. It was, oh shit, I got M&M's and Reese Cups and gummy bears. Right. But somehow it works. When you compare it to now, there is one style that everybody has to do a version of in order to get play, in order to be popular. Look no further than Ape Shit. Also, look no further than the reference track that came out.
Oh my gosh.
The reference track came out done by the Migos. You heard it?
Yeah, I heard of it. I haven't heard it.
So you have to sound like a version of this. So when you say, so even like the Pusha T album, the Royce, you will listen like, yeah, because I know that they can go. But then you'll listen to the songs and like, couple songs like also singing that and some auto tune in that one, and you got that bounce, that same Migos type of, because you have to.
Right.
It's the equivalent. It is 100% the equivalent. And the people that's from our generation ride with me here. It's the equivalent of Paid in Full comes out, then Follow the Leader comes out, and then on the next album, Rakim was like, it's me and Iggity Eric B. We'd be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Man, you don't get your ass out of here.
I'm the riggedy rock. Kiggity Kim.
I'm the good God MC.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man.
Yeah, man. That wouldn't work at all.
It's like you can't do that. It's like Cool G Raps like, also when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I'm like, no, you don't. You are never alone in your room.
Right.
You shut up, Cool G
Can't
Raps.
say that.
You better go shoot some bitches in the face. You are not ever alone in the room.
Man. I had Cameron and I, my for those listen, my 15-year-old son, he's a huge hip hop head, and fortunately for me, he's very much into his father's hip hop. So he doesn't listen to Migos and 6ix9ine and all these cats. He's strictly listening to, the hip hop that I grew up on. So we have these conversations. We have very interesting conversations in the car, dinner, and everything. And he was asking me just the other day, like, what was some of the differences, of the cats in the 90s. And I just told him, I said, Cameron, I said, the thing is that in the 90s, I said, even in the 80s too, I said, but that type of hip hop, you strived on being different. That was just, you know, if you didn't have anything else, you were different. You didn't want to look like anybody else. You didn't want to sound like anybody else.
Yeah, pull out a flip book, be like, this is Run DMC, rap group. Like, oh, okay. Now this is EPMD, rap group. Oh, okay. Well, they don't live in. Now this is De La Soul.
Yep. There you go.
Oh. Now this is NWA. Well, shit, they don't live in. And this is a Tribe Called Quest. Well, what the fuck? Now this is Digital Underground.
Right.
Like, okay. If Aliens came down, they wouldn't tell you that they came out in the same decade. They were like, this is a timeline of centuries. Like, nah, this was 4 years apart, man.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So, you know, and it goes back to what you just said. Like, that's where hip hop is. You know, for me, there's pockets of it, and I really enjoy some of the music that I've heard this year. You know, but the stuff that gets airplay. Well, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Like I said, unfortunately, see, you are a very progressive person. You're a progressive thinker. You think better than I do.
I think very deeply.
No. So, but you will find these pockets and say, no, I like that.
Right.
I found this out about myself. I mean, I always knew it, but I never verbalized it until recently. I'm like last, 4 or 5 months. I listen to hip hop different than most people, and I listen for things differently than most people. So when someone can say, "How can you not like this?" You hear that the way he riding that beat. I'm like, I don't really care about the beat that he rode. I care about this fucking saddle. What is
exactly?
So, that's why I tweeted because he's the fucking GOAT. I tweeted a part of the song. People in the streets see me bobbing my head while I'm checking out the rapper and the rhymes that he said. That's what it is. So when someone plays something, I'm like, I ain't said that, and then he said that, and then that don't make no fucking sense. I mean, and so and my brain, it doesn't always have to make 100% sense. I love Bismarcky. Stop it.
Right.
But if you not gonna make sense, don't make sense in a dope way. Don't seem like you rapping and you just like, well, then I'm just gonna put this here. As opposed to, well, I'm saying this, I'm gonna kill it with this because this is crazy. And this is gonna make that part dope. I'm gonna say this about spaghetti. Like, yeah, okay. Instead of spaghetti, it's a difference. And I can't listen to even the Royce. I tried to listen to the Royce. I was like, but in my defense, he's never been someone that I was gonna gravitate to anyway. His personality, he don't capture me anyway.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So it's like, okay, well, this is fucking, it's water with a twist of lemon, man.
But you know what I found too, even in some of the newer stuff that I will listen to from time to time, outside of some of the people that I named, like I'll give you an example, like Ross. Ross dropped the album last year, 2017. I like the album because I think Rick Ross can rap. But here's what I'm finding about a lot of this music, and I'll use this album in particular. I can listen to it and I can bob my head. I can get something from it, but like maybe after 6, maybe 7 listens, I'm good. And I never go back to that music. And I think it's something in how music, what they're talking about and how music is produced and just the overall aesthetics of the music, but the core of the actual rapping and what you're rapping about. If you can't if you can put the music down and come, like we talked about earlier, you know, the Carters or whatever, if you can put an album down, right, after it rides the first week wave of Twitter and social media, if you can put it down and pick it up 2 months later and still get something from it, and then put it down again and pick it up 4 months later, and then, you know, take some and still, you know, still feel something great about it and get something from it, then that's good. But there's no replay value in most of the stuff.
It's because they're making music for the moment,
right?
And they're making music, and listen, 80s people made music for the moment. Wild Thing and Funky Cole Medina was for the moment. I'm not saying that the era that I love is infallible.
Right.
I'm just saying that 98% of what is being made right now is being made for the moment, whether it's good or bad, whether it's I'm making it for the moment so we could dance and do whatever the latest craze is right now, or I'm doing it for the moment to speak out on police brutality and this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. You're still making it for the moment. See, if you're talking about Kaepernick, or you talking about whatever person of the week that got shot, or school shooting.
Right.
That's riding for right now. Fight the power is eternal, though.
This is true.
It's a difference.
And you can play it at any time.
So that's the difference. When you play Fight the Power, now you're like, yeah, fucking yeah. You play these other songs a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen.
Right.
You know,
right.
It's a totally, you're not even, so that's one thing. The other thing is, and I've said this on multiple podcasts, and this is me. The reason why the hip hop that I love and I still listen to, and the people that I continue to listen to, the reason why I fuck with them is because they're relatable. They're relatable for me. See, so people right now might love 6ix9ine because whatever he says is relatable, but it's not really, because they're talking about gang shit and shooting people. You can't relate to that. You didn't shoot nobody, and you're not going to shoot anybody.
But you related to NWA in 88.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So someone could say, hey, asshole, you relating to Kool G Rap and NWA? And I'm like, yeah. Here's one of the things. I was supposed to do this podcast eons ago. This was really supposed to be like episode 4.
Okay.
And the NWA didn't shoot a lot of people. And when you listen to their shit, they was talking about what they saw and what they heard, or they were making a funny story about some of this shit. Now look, did Eazy-E say he shot somebody? Yeah, but he said he shot somebody after he told the girl lay down and unbutton the bra, and it was the biggest titties ever. Nigga, like, yeah, come on. No one took it serious.
Right. Not even close.
You know, no, it was Kool G Rap has a song on the run where he's supposed to drop off some money for the mob boss, but he said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep this money and I'm gonna go kill all the mafia family, and I'm on the run with me and my girl. I shot him, put his braids on the sidewalk. Yeah. Just like Scarface, the movie I just saw. Got it. We're not taking that serious.
Right.
Conversely, now people are like, yeah, I'm gonna get. There's a reason. There's a lot of school shootings and people because people are taking this dumb shit serious.
Yeah, man.
Not only are they taking it serious, the people that's making it are trying to be serious. Even the people that were gangsters and that was in the life, that was making songs in the 80s, there was a lot of dope being sold. You know, Rakim making sales and these people making sales. But notice how we never heard of it? If they ever got arrested, we didn't know.
No, we didn't know.
It was
5-year bid. We wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was because meanwhile they're rapping about something else. He's rapping about moving the crowd.
Right.
That motherfucker ain't sell a piece of nickel bag on any of his songs.
None. He barely even cursed.
Right. So it's a difference. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna make the shit. The one of the other things before we move on, the next time you say whatever you got to say, that I wanna rebut about how we make the podcast and we tweet and stuff to bridge the gap for this generation. That's the problem is we're a generation too late. It's not this generation right now are lost because the generation before them didn't get all this education. So if the generation, you got to think about the people that's making the music now. What did they listen to?
Good point.
And so, so the problem was the generation, the era before this one. People of your ilk, not me. We're still in party mode. Still going to the club a little bit more. So you gonna let some of this music pass like, yeah, I'm having a good time, man. This is what it is. Not really peeping that this is garbage and this is all that's gonna be passed on to the next generation. And so we should have tried to bridge the gap then, saying, hey, crunk is the shit, but skeet is incredible, right. But can we
do something else?
Like, Jesus Christ, man, I love Tip Drill, but damn it.
Man, that is a great point.
Can we please listen to fucking, like, cause think about it. This is that little pocket, that is when Nas was dropping his okay stuff. And Jay-Z was dropping his okay. I mean, cause you think about it. This is Kingdom Come era.
Yeah.
This is 12 years ago. This is Kingdom Come era.
When we made that turn into the 2000s, boy.
You see? So that is when it was supposed to be like, hey, remember Cool G Raps 456? No? No, these was good shits. This is around that time where people was just making albums, fulfilling their contracts. Like, I put out. This is when supposedly Tribe Called Quest made albums I've never even heard of.
Shout out to the Tribe, baby.
Motherfuckers was people that you loved did not make anything near their best material in that pocket, in that era.
Yeah, the ball was dropped, I think, and it's
everybody was J.R. Smith.
Oh my gosh! One more thing we get out of here. A couple weeks ago, man, you and I got a chance to we got a chance to go back, man. We went back.
Where did we go?
We went to the concert, man. We
shit.
We weren't there literally, but I think I saw a tweet. Might have been a tweet from you. I went.
If it was a good one, it was from me.
Got home.
By the way, shouldn't we pause and break so you can break this? It's gonna be like 5 shows.
No. We'll this is when we finish this part right here. We'll knock these last few minutes out, and that'll be good. We're good.
You sure? I got more shit to talk about.
I'm positive.
I got a lot of shit we can talk about. I can go to midnight at least.
So we get a chance. I think it might have been a tweet that you sent or somebody else sent. Anyway, so I see the tweet and I'm like, oh snap! The MTV 30-year anniversary, Yo MTV Raps 30-year anniversary concert. It's on YouTube. So I made
sure I tweeted that shit. So I made sure everybody within earshot was going to know
and I'm
about
glad
that
you
shit.
did, because you sent the link. So I'm in the car. I'm like, oh snap! So I go get some pizza, wings, fries for the fam. So we get home. I'm chomping down, and so I get home and I'm like, yo, I put the YouTube on the big screen. So we sitting there, so me and my wife, Sharice, we are huge hip hop fans. So our kids are literally looking at us like, why are you guys acting like this? Like they thought we were aliens or something, and now they're familiar with the music because a lot of the music they still hear because we still play it, in the car and around the house. Nonetheless, so we're watching this concert and we're talking, and me and you are tweeting back and forth. And I mean, man, some of the acts that blessed the stage that night, I mean, legends.
Oh no.
Great era.
Oh no.
Great
Will you
era.
leave this crowd alone, man? Will you leave the crowd alone?
But you and I were.
Can we enjoy it? Can we talk about the acts and the
I mean,
good
we can talk about
first?
the acts, but let's talk about this crowd, man.
I knew where this was going.
Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Thoroughly disappointed, and it
If
wasn't the
my
whole
train
crowd.
jumps off the track.
It was like, if my train goes off the track, crickets. Cricket
up, cricket up, cricket up.
I mean, Drez really had to stop and tell the people, like, yo,
what are you doing?
Yeah, like, this is the part where you go down, and when I say pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, you just jump like you losing your shit.
Yeah, back on the scene. I tweeted before he came out. I said, because the crowd was dead, like the whole fucking shits. And before Black Sheep, I said, look, because I knew Black Sheep was going to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if this crowd doesn't go crazy when Drez says pick it up, ... You gotta go ... on the tweets.
My God.
And boy, wouldn't you know?
Man. So, and I did, there were some people that hit me up on Twitter and Facebook who were actually at the concert, and they said, like, they weren't in the lower section, they were in the higher sections, and they said, that's where, I guess,
where the real fans were.
Exactly, the real fans were there, so they were making the noise and having the fun, but that's not how it came across on YouTube. So, I don't know how I've never been to Barclays, I don't know how it's set up, but so, that those fans didn't really get recognized.
It's like a football game.
Yeah.
The best seats is rich people who just sitting there chilling, and meanwhile the 400 section is fucking hanging off the raft.
I mean, like, and I was like, when we were tweeting, I was like, man, if we would have, I could see me and you in there, we might have started a fight in there, man. Because the people just, I mean, like, I don't understand. And again, I'm a little older. I get it, right? I don't understand the point in going to a concert and holding my phone up so that I could record what's being seen on stage. I didn't come there to record. I came there to see MC Lyte. I came there to see Public Enemy. I came there to see EPMD.
Mind you, one of two things are gonna happen. You're gonna come back and be like, yo, I was at the show, recorded this. And one of two things are going to happen then. Yeah, I watched it on YouTube. I watched the stream. I've seen it. Right. I mean, what you're going to show me is going to be a bunch of heads and other people's phone. I actually saw that cameras set up. I saw it. I saw this.
Right.
Or, nigga, fuck you. Why didn't you take me? I wanted to go. Why the fuck did I get to go? Don't come in here showing me your stupid fuckface video. And so nobody's going to watch that video.
Exactly. And or even worse, you're going to have it in your phone and the file is going to be too big for you to post it on social media and nobody's going to see it.
And your battery dead. You didn't even fucking enjoy the fucking shits because you couldn't even text somebody like, yo, because I can't.
I wasted it recording. Going on Facebook Live and Instagram Live.
And the fucking middle of the concert, you buying extra iCloud storage because your video's too big, and you got the fucking 28 gig fucking phone. Oh my
gosh! So yeah, man. Besides the crowd, man, what did you like about the show? I know you loved it.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm gonna say. That concert, because I want to get into the concert. I want to get into as much as we can.
Go ahead. We got time.
But before we do, that show provided verification. It validated how garbage. Now, people's listening. They're going to say how garbage the music now is. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say how garbage society, hip hop society, and hip hop culture is, because that concert, which went on for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Got 1/32 of attention that this Carter's album that just came out got. They get nobody. And obviously Kyle was, but in the grand scheme of things, nobody was talking about it.
No.
It did not go viral.
Not on my
it wasn't a trending topic. More people talk about the fucking American Music Awards and what they don't like about the awards. Not even like, oh, this is dope.
Oh, they'll be here for BET though.
Motherfuckers will tweet for 2 hours. I'm just waiting on the Janet Jackson special part. And that's all they would do.
You wait till the BET Awards come on.
And so, but this shit was on 6 hours. People that Mr. fucking old school hip hop universe person, has never seen perform live.
Same here.
In person or on TV. I've never seen the Double X Posse perform Not Gonna Be Able to Joke.
That was dope too.
I've never seen those motherfuckers outside of their video.
I'd never seen Smooth the Hustler.
Right.
Do broken language.
I've seen him. But these people I've never seen outside of their video before ever in life are performing live and streaming. You can see it anywhere.
Anywhere.
And nobody's talking about it. Because nobody can. This is why we cannot have adult contemporary hip hop. This is why people are not making more songs and more albums, is because motherfuckers don't care.
And
they won't support them.
It was early, so it wasn't like people at the club.
No.
It came on at 7 o'clock.
Exactly. And it was so, because when it first started, I was tweeting to crickets. Because then people were just like, what's that? Oh, that's on. Oh, that's the thing. And I'm like, I had to send the link a couple of times. I was sending the link. Because the joint started at 7. I was sending the link at 4.
Oh, like, I didn't see the link. I saw you tweet the link at like maybe 7:05, and I was just picking up food. And I clicked on the link. I'm like, yo, I'm watching this as soon as I get home. Because
I didn't even know, because I tweeted MTV.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, you have 5 channels. You got MTV, MTV2, MTV Jams, MTV this. You mean to tell me this shit ain't coming on none of them?
None of them.
I was like, is it going to be a replay later? And then they eventually tweeted me back. It was like, no, we're going to live stream it. And I'm like, I guess that's dope. Yeah. But I can't TiVo it. I can't record the bitch so I can watch it again.
I wanted to record it so bad too, man.
And so, because then after it went off, I was like, it's not even on YouTube.
It's not?
No, I was going to watch it again the next day.
Wow.
It's not there.
Come on, MTV.
It's little pieces of a performance that other people recorded off their shit.
See that.
I want to see the whole thing in its it doesn't fucking exist. I'm like, I'm going to fucking tweet MTV. I'm like, send me the DVD, man. Come on. Damn. How do you do that massive 30-year anniversary 6-hour concert once?
Yeah. You would have never done that for the Rolling Stones.
Look at Baychella was on the fucking Twitter all month.
I didn't even see it.
When Beyonce was at Coachella.
No, I know what you mean. I went.
It was on Twitter all month.
I missed that one.
I'm like, stop it, man. So anyway, back to, but that did validate my thoughts because I'm like, nigga, y'all ain't watching this? Y'all really not gonna talk about, even if it's just a hate and be like, look at these old niggas. You really not watching this?
Yeah, I don't know what people were watching. I know me and you were watching.
But you're talking about Summer Jam. That fucking Vince Staples and Kid Cudi is doing.
I couldn't even tell you anything about Summer Jam. I watched Summer Jam since never.
Exactly, because it was never. Anyway, so this shit, I tweeted that this is the closest that we're ever going to get to that feeling ever again. That was it. That's why I wanted to record. That's why I wanted to own it. Because up until that concert, the closest we had ever gotten to that feeling in my mind and in my life was the last Yo with all the freestyles.
Oh, that was always dope.
That was the last. That was the last thing that gave. When you gonna have this concert was pretty much outside of. I mean. It might have been like 3-4 acts that weren't there that I really wish was performing.
Who didn't make it that you would have liked to have seen?
First thing that comes out is Slick Rick.
I'm surprised he wasn't there.
We couldn't get a proper Lottie Dottie on the show. We damn sure we didn't get Children's Story. You see what I'm saying? That would have. I mean, come on, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should have
boy, it would have been nice to see Houdini cut it up.
How do you not get Houdini for that show?
Man. So the show itself, until an asshole like me is like, hey, but what about like, right. You know what? Where the fuck was? I mean, hey, can we got Cube?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, can we got that? Can we have the Ghetto Boys?
Yeah.
You see what but I know. I'm just saying. I'm looking at them like it's a few people. I'm like, if they would have came out, it would have been crazy.
I wish Redman would have been on there too.
Redman, Wu-Tang, period.
I thought about that too.
I
thought about it. I was like, damn, it'd be nice if the Wu was there.
Yeah. So, but anyway, boy, wouldn't it have been something to see a live performance of Life's Bitch? But.
Well, Nas was recording that album. He was out in Wyoming.
The 7 songs, though?
He does not benefit from having 7 songs on his album.
That motherfucker actually... I think he made a 7-song album. I think that's still longer than Illmatic, though.
Nah, it's like 26 minutes. I think Illmatic's like 39, but it's not.
But you cut out that long ass horn at the end of Life's a Bitch is probably still.
Man, it's.
But let's talk about this.
I get sidetracked talking about the damn album.
So, and there was a couple, maybe 1, maybe 2 people that did show up on the set. I was like, all right, man, like I get it, Yo-Yo, but
I missed Yo-Yo. I was surprised.
Yo-Yo was first with a reason. I'm like, yeah, I get it, yo. Just go sit down somewhere. And Nice and Smooth didn't pop. I'm like, really Nice and Smooth. I'm like, hey, and what was Smooth B eating?
Hey, Smooth B look like Gilbert Brown, man. What the hell he got going in his life?
Yeah, man. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, and so, that's the worst part about it. Since nobody was tweeting, nobody could get jokes off. I wanted to be there like, I used to think Smooth B looked like funny. Maxwell, but now
it's funny that you say that because I was thinking the same thing, and so the jokes just stayed in my house. Me and my wife, we would just go back. We would clown her. We was like, "Yo, who is that?" She was like, "Man, oh my gosh, he looks bad."
Yeah, you couldn't even get the jokes off. So yeah, but anyway, all right. So Yo-Yo's up there for whatever reason. The young black teenager showed up. Now, see, in real life, it's like, what the fuck are they doing here? But when you were in that era, it was something. Mm-hmm. I was tapping the bottle and twisting the cap.
Yep.
I was like, so when they announced, I was like, yo, I got hyped. I'm like, they look like fucking. They got a bowling league. After they get off the job at Ford, but the feeling came back.
Yeah, it did. Like,
yo, coming home and recording videos and seeing all this shit. Young black teenagers popped up. I also realized that the Far Side can't call themselves Far Side.
Yeah, they're not Far Side no more.
Yeah, they're Bizarre Ride.
Yeah, when I saw the thing, I was like, huh? Who like, what?
Yeah, so I guess Fat Lip has the rights or some shit. I don't know. He wasn't there. But the good news is the two people who made their two best songs. Hey, good enough. We didn't really...
Right,
I like Your Mama, but this is fine.
Yeah,
we didn't need the rest of you guys for passing me by and other fish and running away. So hey, we're good. Dr. Dre and Lover Fab Five Freddy for being what they were, and shout out to T Money, yo, hip hop man. For being what they were and being the ultimate host, because I think they were better than Joe Claire and Big Les.
Oh, no question.
And the mayor. If I had to pick, shout out to the mayor.
What about Prince DeJour?
Hey man, Prince DeJour is a fucking staple. He might be the next person on the Mount Rushmore. But for as influential and as how dope they were awful hosts for this concert.
I think it got to a point where they were getting it kind of, and that's why I want to go back and look at it. I think they might have got tired. Like, I don't know.
They started off. I'm talking when they started off. I was like, it wasn't good. They did not do it. It seemed like they didn't know that they were hosted until 6:59. It was like, hey, y'all, y'all host. Like, what? We was just going to watch the shit.
I will admit, I was a little uncomfortable seeing Dre, because I ain't seen Dre in years. And Dre being as big as he is, I'm like, yo, Dre sat in the same spot.
Motherfucker could get up, man.
And I was like, yo, that's not healthy, yo.
I mean, and I was thinking they was going to show some, like, old clips. And maybe we was going to get a cipher or something. I'm like, he barely did the fucking dance, Ed Lover.
Hey, man. Ed Lover's like 50-something. He hurt
I
his
know.
hip.
Nigga, you act like it was hammer time. The dance is the dance is not.
Yo, what if Hammer would have came out there, yo?
Motherfucker. Hey.
Hammer still got moves.
If Hammer would have came out,
I'd have lost
I have a feeling. If Hammer would have came out, the crowd would have did something. The crowd would have been like, hey. If he would have came out and had some chicks in the spandex and 3, 5, 7, I think the crowd would have been like,
I literally would have lost my shit in my house if Hammer would have came out.
So, but who was your favorite? Who did you see that was really used like this is it?
I mean, obviously, man, Eric B and Rakim, first them just coming out in the coats, you know,
oh, the Gucci, the Dapper Dan joints.
And I think you tweeted something like, "Yo, I want one of those." I was like, "Yeah, me too." I retweeted whatever you said. It was so dope. Coming out with the Dapper Dan joints. I really enjoy watching them because, you know, for a long time, because like I saw Rakim a couple of years ago here in Atlanta, but it was just Rakim by himself. And this was before, you know, he and Eric B got back together and were touring. So it was good to see them. I had to say Eric B and Rakim and they were all, I'll put it, these three were tied. Eric B and Rakim, EPMD, who got on their freestyle, which was dope as fuck, and the teacher.
People be sleeping. It's the reason why that motherfucker went when he did.
Yeah, exactly.
The crowd was not. You could not when he's on the fucking stage.
And you know what? You know what's funny? Because Eric B and Rakim going next to last, and so in the lower, for those of you listening who actually saw it, the low. Well, shit. I guess the people who didn't see it, we got to tell them about it because they can't find it. The people who were in the lower on the floor, they were just kind of standing up, holding up their phones. So when Eric B and Rakim comes on, they start moving, they start dancing a little bit. And it's not even so much about the familiarity of the songs, but it's just they were just so whack. But so they were moving or whatever when they got on and did their set. But when KRS-One came on and he had Fat Joe backing him up, bruh, KRS-One just exudes so much. You can't, like, he would have made you feel bad for even standing still there holding your phone. Like, you had to be moving. And I like the way that you know, all of the acts who came out, they got on and got off. You know, like, it wasn't cats just hanging around. You know, they
until Rakim. Rakim, somehow Eric B and Rakim turned into 70 motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was mad dudes on the stage when they came out, and then subsequently when KRS-One came on, he had Fat Joe hyping him up, and you know Fat Joe looked like he was happy just to be there on the stage with KRS-One.
That's how big KRS-One, because KRS-One was his idol,
right?
You know,
and I can see why.
Yeah, I mean,
look, but those three, man, and it's not by coincidence that, though, if I'm not mistaken, those are the last three acts. I thought everybody did a good job, man. I really enjoy. I would have liked to have seen Chuck D out there with Flav.
Well, you know they don't fuck with each other.
I know. That's sad.
My disappointment, though.
I think
disappointment.
I think Light was on a little too long.
Oh, way too long. I'm like, you don't have hits.
And you know,
she got good. She has good. Oh, we got. We so gotta. I got another. We got to do another show about. Here's the trailer. Everybody's listening. I am having a hard time anointing some woman as the greatest female
we gonna have to
rapper. Yeah. What I'm saying is, I honestly, there's no shade to any woman that's ever rhymed. I don't know who it is.
Okay.
This is what the difference is, I could debate about a guy and be like, it's LL's the GOAT. I'm like, nah, it's Rakim. I'm like, okay, why say he said, I think that's one. I can see why you said, I think it's Jay-Z. Okay. But when it comes to the women, it's no slam, no, this is what it is. And then another person could possibly say, well, what about this? There is not a one.
Okay.
Without any of this kind of the criteria, there's not one. It's not Light. It's not Kim. It's not Nicki. It's nobody. And I'm really having a hard time doing it because I was told to my fellas that, you know, I trust the hip hop opinion. And I said this to them. And they were like, first it was like, you're crazy. And I said, all right, go ahead. And then after like 15 minutes, it was like, because there's somebody and I'd be like, yeah. They're like, damn, you're right. And after about 20 minutes, like, yeah, man, I don't know what. Because it was like, obviously it's MC Light. I was like, what classic album did she have again? And it's like, well, what about the first one? I'm like, how many songs? Name 5 of the songs right now.
Right,
Damn,
right.
I can't. And I'm like, and she's not a lyrical miracle. If you really listen to her songs, the lyrics is whack, except for Cha 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 10% Dead.
I wouldn't say whack, no.
They're
Not
not good.
We're gonna have that.
but what I'm saying is, let's even pretend that first album was crazy, because it's not. But let's pretend it's my favorite one of them. But after that, what did she get? Keep on, keeping on. What are we doing? Nothing. We're doing nothing. She got Escape songs and Missy Elliott songs and fucking Georgie Porgy, nigga. No. So then it was like, I'm gonna stop this in a second because I got to tell you about my disappointment about the Yo. Then I was like, well, what about Cam? I was like, well, Big Bro half this shit.
Right.
I was like,
know that.
I was like, okay, it can't be like, well, Lauryn Hill. I was like, what was her rap album? When did that come out?
Yeah, you can make a case that she never made a solo rap album.
She doesn't have 5 rap songs.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about it on the podcast. You're getting an argument with me.
So I was like, no. It was like, what about Queen Latifah? I was like, first album is crazy, and so then what?
We are living.
Yeah. So I was like, and I got written. After that, she made Latifah's Head Up to Here, and I was like, that sounds a lot like Treasure, by the way. So we were just going down with people. I was like. It was like Bahamadia. I was like, I love Bahamadia. Yeah, she's a lyricist, but nobody's ever fucking with her like that. I was like, nobody's the GOAT. I was like, there's no female GOAT, whatever the equivalent. There is not one. And it was like, well, Nicki Minaj, I'm like,
no,
she's fucking exactly.
Hell no.
Exactly. Nicki is the LeBron of fucking female rappers.
I wouldn't even say
she got all the numbers, man. She got all the numbers, but nobody's really. She got numbers and championships, man. But people like, yeah.
She got numbers and championships.
She got all these fucking awards. She got Grammy nominations.
Tone Loc got awards.
She got more than Tone Loc. And she had like 5 singles in the top 10 Billboard. She got numbers. But again, like I said, I think she's the LeBron because it's like, oh, so he got that many more points than Jordan, and he got that many more. Yeah, but so
I think I put her up there with like Grant Hill.
Nah. If you run her stats, you'd be like, damn. It's like, but she ain't got no fucking bangers. I get everybody. The only thing people bring up is the Monster verse. Like that's all you got, niggas. The Monster verse.
I can't remember one hip hop one source quotable from her.
Exactly. So eventually we're gonna get to that show. But think about it, you're gonna be like, damn, I don't think there's no anyway. So my disappointment with the Yo, besides the crowd and the fact that nobody was tweeting about it.
That damn crowd, man.
Is how 2 things. They fucked up 2 things in the same performance. You don't put up in big lights on the big screen Big Daddy Kane, and then Craig G come out, and then like Shan comes out, and then Roxanne comes out, and then like G-Rap comes out.
You wanted the Juice Crew All-Stars.
No, what I'm saying is you don't put Kane up there, and then all these niggas come out and do a verse, a half a verse, part of a song, and then Kane finally comes out and does just a little bit with no scoop and scrap, no dance. And we don't get the symphony?
Yeah, I didn't like
So
that.
you either give us the symphony after all of that, or let Kane get busy. You got it's one or the other, man. You can't give us.
I thought about it. Kane's set was short.
That motherfucker did half of Raw and like a part of another song, and he was done.
Ain't no half stepping, I think.
Yeah. So if you will give me everybody that was on the symphony except for Master Ace, he wasn't there. And don't give me the symphony.
They could have done the symphony. They could have let Marley Marl rap Master Ace's part. It doesn't matter.
They could have all rapped that part.
Let Shantae rap it. Yeah, shit.
Actually, no. You know why? Because Master Ace went first. They could have just started with Craig G.
There you go.
So you're not gonna give me the symphony. You'll give me these motherfuckers, make them leave, and then have Kane do a fucking half a single. Then you will not after 30 years, Yo MTV Rap, have MC Shan and KRS One in the same building on the same station. Don't give me something.
That could have been cool.
You couldn't give me something. Because you can't have Shan
I never thought about that. That's a great point. You can't have
Shan come out and do the first verse of the bridge. Have KRS One in the building who comes out an hour later and does the bridge. It's over.
Right.
No, it's South Bronx. And not give me something, you fucks.
Damn.
Yeah. These are the things that I think. And the last part, the last thing, why the fuck was LL not there?
CSI.
And it's not CSI, it's NCS Dick.
Whatever.
He's too busy running this very lucrative and disappointing radio station.
Bruh.
The worst of the radio stations.
All right, so I'm glad you mentioned that. We can segue to that and then we can get out of here.
Hey man, I ain't
Sirius
got
XM.
Yeah.
Sirius XM, they've undergone changes. Honestly, I bought Sirius probably about 9-10 years ago when I just said the hell with Atlanta radio because I wasn't about to listen to Laffy Taffy. I'm sorry. And
meanwhile, you were busy shaking it.
I couldn't get with that foolishness, man. And
then you have a fucking what was the shit?
What was that?
The such and such and such with the such and such on the side.
Who was that? Lil
Chicken
Jon?
noodle soup. What you chicken noodle soup?
Oh no, I wouldn't know. No. I know nothing about that.
Wasn't your original Twitter name at 12 Chicken Noodle?
No, never. Never.
All right, go ahead.
But so I go to Sirius XM, man, and I get that for the car, for the house, for my wife's truck, everything.
And that's back when you had to get the little joint that pop in the shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they give you a little fake boom box that you put your shit in the boom box.
Exactly.
If you don't fucking with the cord antenna that you got to put in the magnet, you got to put somewhere. Yeah.
You got to install all of that joint. So it's in the cars, it's in my wife's truck, it's in my phone, and so I'm like, okay, cool. So and they went through changes. Moni had a show at one point in time, and Lover had a show at one point in time. They would have situations where they would have great guests and interviews and roundtable discussions and the whole nine. And so we get this, and then I think, well, I know for a fact at one point in time, I know that they were going through some changes, and so we all saw it. So fast forward, we get this.
Well, yeah, you gotta remember at first. You got Sirius and XM was a totally other fucking service, and then they merged, and then it was fucking Android and Apple for a while,
right, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get this thing saying, okay, hey, there are gonna be some changes, and it's gonna be revamped, and it's gonna be called Rock the Bells Radio. It's gonna be run by LL. I'm like, okay, cool. It's LL. Who don't rock with LL? This is my guy.
Matt, he's the greatest of all time.
Stop it.
Massive media blitz.
Yes.
Every station. Every LL Cool J is coming. Rock the Bells. They said it was coming so much, they forgot to say when. It was just coming soon, coming in your mouth. It was just fucking coming. I'm like, all right, man, I can't wait. And then you know me. I'm like, nigga, LL Cool J Radio? So this is what I thought it was going to be. and you can tell me what you thought. I thought it was gonna be like how they do Springsteen radio, and Elvis, where like he was gonna have a station that was gonna mostly play his music. He had a fucking 30-year career, so I thought, they gave him a channel that they're gonna play LL songs, you know, all his shit, B-sides, things we ain't heard, freestyles, his collaborations. We're gonna hear Rampage 50 times a day. We're gonna hear a whole bunch of LL. Then every now and then he'll come on and be like, this is one of my favorite artists. Boom. And I just thought, all right, Rock the Bells is LL radio. So then I started hearing more promos as it come on. He's like, yeah, this is going to be this kind of show. We're going to take it back and we're going to play. I'm like, oh, so it's really a station. So it's not the LL station. I'm like, okay, because we had Backspin and Backspin. I didn't know Backspin was going away at first. I thought it was an addition to we're also going to have. So I'm like, okay, well, because if Backspin goes away, well, where's the... Because that's the only, air quote, oldies, classic station we got. So, but if it's Rock the Bells, obviously that's oldies and classic. So they just go do it better. They gonna give us shit that we never heard. I'm actually gonna hit the Skinny Boys on this motherfucking shit. Boys. I'm gonna hit the Skinny Boys. I'm down. I will let you continue now because I was wrong, by the way. Now, go ahead.
So we get to that point, man, and one other prominent person that was on there was Combat Jack, rest in peace. So we get to this point, like you said, all of this promo and everything, and the Rock the Bells radio comes on, like, and I remember just being in the truck, and I'm like, I turned to the station, and like I heard like these songs, and they were, I mean, like, they were B-sides of B-sides, like B squared. I mean, like they were songs from, I don't even want to say old school artists, but they were songs. Some of the songs that I was hearing songs from rap artists that I barely even knew. So I know somebody like me who's tenured in hip hop. If I barely know them, the average fan probably doesn't know them. And not only that, but I'm not familiar with these songs that I'm hearing. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what is this y'all playing? And there seemed to be no continuity. I mean, like, they literally went from, on one particular day that I was listening, they played a song from the Funky 4+1. Then they went to One Love by Houdini. And then they went to Baby Got Back.
Oh shit! I know you was grooving, man. Once Baby Got Back, I don't know how you had your foot on the gas, your hand on the steering wheel, and your ass out the window at the same time. But I'm pretty sure that's what was going on.
So I it's frustrating, man. I mean, like, every now and then I'll flip to it and just try to hear something different, but it's not. I mean, I think we were getting a revamped playlist, and I don't know what it is that they're playing.
See, your beef is slightly different than my beef.
Okay, what's your beef?
Because I like B-sides and B-sides and B-sides. Because I was just talking to my man. Man came out and visited, hung out for a little bit. I was playing songs because my library is pretty extensive. And I was playing some songs from 86, because I knew him in 86. We met in like 85. And so he was like, how have I never heard this song before? I was like, it's dope to hear songs from artists you like or you know about that you never heard, because the difference is you're going to like those songs. So it's like hearing a long lost Rakim song from the days they were recording Paid in Full. He'd be like, hey. You know what I'm saying? So I like their dig in the bottom of the crates.
Right.
I like that. One day I turned it on and they were playing fucking King Tim Fatback. I was like, yeah, I'm down. But my beef is while they'll do that, they'll be like, all right, here's Here's Grandmaster Melly Mel and the Furious Five. I'm like, And then the next song is Dear Mama. I'm like, what the fuck is, why is Dear Mama on the station at all? And why did it come after that? And then here's the latest Bumpy Knuckles. What do you mean the latest Bumpy Knuckles? If Freddy fucks, don't get the fuck off my radio.
Shout out to Bumpy.
Now. So because see, this I put this in on Twitter and I added LL because fuck it, I don't care. That's my dude. But
right.
I'm an honest dude. I was like, man, I said, and I tweeted, I said, I love at LL Cool J, but Rock the Bells Radio is not what I expected or want. There's too many stations on Sirius XM for us to only have really one quasi old school station. And then another thing, I was expecting more like Channel 8. Mm-hmm. Channel 8 is 80s on 8.
Right.
All they play is 80s shit.
That's it.
Why can't we have an 80s hip-hop station?
You got more than enough content.
A 90s hip-hop station, an 80s hip-hop station. Why can't you have that? So the only thing that we had that was like that, which is Backspin, you got rid of to give us this instead of saying, hey, here's another hip-hop station. Mm-hmm. And so I found out a lot of people agree. A lot of people was retweeting tweet like, yeah, I thought it was just me. This shit is terrible. And so, but you can't have people know about these songs if you don't play these songs, and you don't have anywhere to go to. My beef is on Sirius. There's, and I counted, at least 9 country stations.
Wow. There's
rock country, bluegrass country, something nation. It was so many country stations. I was like, and then I was like, then you got like 3 hip hop stations that all play current hip hop or whatever you want to call this music. Also, guess what they play on the pop stations? The same fucking songs. Mm-hmm. So why can't we have 80s and 90s hip hop station where we can do the shit? And because I would never, it would be locked on the 80s. That's all I would listen to. I go to the 90s a little bit because then they'll start playing like Dear Mama now. Yo, Dear Mama is the most fucked up thing that they do on Sirius XM when you got a group. When Backspin was popping, they would hit me with like 5 songs in a row that I didn't want to turn down, change it. I would just like, song go off, and then another song, like, yeah. It'll be like Jack the Ripper will be on, and then it go off, and then So What You Saying to come on, and then it'll go off, and then Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos to come on, then it go off, and then they play Dear Mama. I'll be like, you mother... It was always Dear Mama. It's always fucking Dear Mama.
Hey, man, you got to get it spins.
So I Rock the Bells. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it called? I mean, I get it. Stop it. I don't like it. Yeah. So that's what's going on in America. That's what it is. We got a lot of stuff that we talked about. We got a lot more to talk about. We got to talk about this female rapper thing.
That podcast is definitely coming in. We you know, man, we still haven't even, we got to do the Rushmore joints. We haven't even finished. We got to do the college joint for the EDP.
We got to do the college joint. Yeah, you know why we got to hurry up and do that?
Because we're getting
old as fuck, and we'll forget the shit that happened in college. Like, man, I went to the cafeteria once, I think. I don't fucking know.
Man,
I had some
before
books.
we get out of here, man, tell folks where they can find you, man.
You can't. Look, it's too much personal information out. You can find me. Don't follow me because I'm not going to follow you back.
He's not going to follow you back.
I'm not going to follow you. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I will follow you back. If you're a hip-hop fan and you follow me on @TweetRhymesLife. It's incredible. Twitter name that I came up out of the blue. Never heard anything like that before.
Show you right. Show you right.
Yeah. At Tweet Rhymes Life. It would have been Tweets Rhymes Life, but the one character tomato, they fucked me over. So at Tweet Rhymes Life, talk about a lot of hip hop. Actually, only hip hop. So you can definitely check that out. Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast is the hip hop podcast. You can find that in like 3 places. The podcast you're listening to, Kyle has in every, you can get that shit, Apple, Android, fucking Netscape Navigator, GeoCities,
MySpace,
fucking, where you get this shit at? Levitt's, Rent-A-Center,
Best Buy over in the corner,
Circuit City. You can go pick up his shit at everywhere. But my shit is SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. I think that's about it. It's exclusive content. It's like a Tidal. Hey, Kyle has Tidal. He's a loser.
I do not have Tidal.
Anyway, you could also try to follow me on at eclectik. That is, spell the word eclectic, but you put a K at the end. Yeah. And the Eclectic Discussion Podcast, you can find that in the same places. And then if you really want your timeline flooded, at One Gotta Go.
There you go.
And so it's One Gotta Go. So, I don't know how people haven't gotten me out of here. Well, I've been One Gotta Go. I found out I did my first One Gotta Go in like 2012.
Wow.
So I don't know
been around
how
that long.
Yeah,
or that was the first one that you did.
It's the first one I did. It's the first one that ever existed. I made it up.
Wow.
So it was either 2012 or 2011, and cause I used to just do them on the at Eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was people started retweeting and tweeting. And I was like, damn, the people that follow me, they getting their shit, flooded with this shit. So I made the other account. That's the only reason why I made the other account. I was like, man, this is taking over. I can't even get my regular tweets off. And I can't read nobody else's shit. Right. I know the people that's following me like, I gotta mute this dude. So that's why I made those. Yeah, so I was like, if you follow over here, you knew what you was getting. So that's why I made that shit. Yeah, I don't know how people haven't, as people of your ilk say, gotten me out of the paint.
Yeah, get him out of the paint.
Yeah, by now, because Jesus, it's been a while. That shows you the genius of my.
This guy. I mean, often imitated, never do.
Hey, listen, how do you make a hashtag that popular? I don't know any other hashtags that's that popular.
Hey, and they've been biting your style for a long time.
Fucking everybody, man. The NASCAR just did one on fucking Saturday.
NASCAR one.
And had the nerve to fucking at me like, hey, One Gotta Go. Let's get rid of Daryl Waltrip.
Yo,
dead ass. It was last Saturday.
I've never seen. I'm
gonna find it and forward it to you. I was just on my timeline and shit popped up, and it was. I thought I did it. I was like, what the fuck did I do? Because they added me, so it was on my timeline.
Oh shit, that is funny.
And then people started fucking playing it with that, and so it kept being on my timeline. Yeah, it was. So anyway,
gosh.
It's a popular thing, man. There's somebody else that did. Oh, Kwame on his on either on his Twitter or his Instagram, he had did one. And I went in his comments like, "Hey, man, that's gimmick infringement, man." I fuck with him because he did my podcast, but I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?"
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, you can follow me on all of these shits. And keep listening to the podcast. There's a lot of content. So the thing about my podcast, people, my podcasts are evergreen. So it doesn't matter what year I made them. They're always relevant.
Yep.
You can listen to them anytime. So don't feel like, I just found out about this guy. I don't want to listen to the old stuff because none of it's old.
Yeah, it's all fresh. All fresh.
You listen to it. I don't talk about anything current. I don't talk about Kyle and his fascination with the Lemonade album. No, crazy shit.
Never that. So you guys been listening all this time, so you know how to find me. So you're going to put a bow on this one. As always, thanks for tuning in to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle Podcast. We'll catch you guys next time. 5 Gs.